All right, before I get into the watch list here for Monday, July, 17th, you can see the SPY here pushing to all-time highs, impressive strength. I want to talk about a couple things real quick. A screenshot of our normal chat room pricing, $199 a month, $599 a year, $799 for a 2-year membership. I show you that for one reason only. Because this weekend, bringing back the lifetime membership and at our 2004 prices just through this weekend. I'm going to have a link to this offer in the description to this video. If you are on our email list, it'll also be in the email. It doesn't get better than that. And again, I honestly believe we have the best chat room out there. So you won't see anything better than that. I hate to follow that up with my equity curve with a down tick. Had a down tick on Friday. First down tick in a while. I've just been climbing steady. You see, I've had others, right? This was that March nasty one. Yeah, Friday I just got complacent, got a little cocky maybe, but I'm looking forward to Monday already because down ticks like this just only serve to refocus me. So that's what we have. I'm going to go right into the watch list here, but I'm hoping to see some new faces in the chat room on Monday. If you've been in other trading chat rooms, you will really appreciate what we do in ours. It is teamwork, and Wayne and I are both on the mic now. We've got it set up where we're both on the mic from the opening bell for about the first hour. So we talk over the mic. You hear us both not bantering. Well, that's after the morning rush. You'll hear us both batting ideas back and forth for the morning gap plays. And that way you don't have to stare at a chat room. You get to hear our ideas, and people say they like that a lot, just hearing our thoughts as we talk about the setups occurring in real time. I absolutely love it. Love hearing Wayne's voice and what he's thinking, and I can bounce ideas off of him in real time because things happen pretty quick at the open, right? So here's what I have. That was loud. All right, so let me start with this Barnes & Noble just goes back on watch. I mean, it's just been slapped pretty hard, but a pretty narrow range on Friday. This thing's overdue for a bounce, so we're going to watch that one. NVGS. Had a quiet inside day on much lower volume after this big pop on Thursday. So possibly a third day play there. Goes on watch. ZN, crazy move here. And now it's finding support in this, what I call the buy zone between the 8 and the 20-day moving average. You can see how it's got a couple tails there. It's finding some support in that area. Potential long on that one on Monday. ANY, man, we nailed this one in the morning on Friday. We had this on the watch list. As if you watched my video Thursday night, you know this was on our watch list. And one of our members posted it when it started to come up. It was probably around 450, and I was just getting ready to call it above the half. And then Wayne gave the idea, why not red to green, which was just through the open at, let me get this right here, at 471. I actually got filled at 475. Had a nice trade in it, but it happened pretty quick. But it shows the power of having the right watch list, and we had this on watch, sold off, and this is actually a powerful setup when you have a strong stock, and then sellers come in the next morning, and where those sellers that came in fail, which is pretty much right at the red to green high of day break, you can get powerful moves, right? So from 471-ish, this thing went through 650 in about 7 or 8 minutes. And so anyway, because it moved like that, I'm going to put it back on watch all this week just to see if we get any kind of clean setup in it. But what a great idea by Wayne. And again, one of our members, I think it was Alan MC, if I'm not mistaken, that posted that as it was coming up. And I probably wouldn't have seen it if it wasn't for Alan. I am going to watch US Steel again. I like the volume on Thursday on these steels, and it gave back some on Friday. It never gave any kind of entry setup that we look for. But I am going to watch the steels again. Definitely X. Could watch Nucor and the other ones too. RLOG. Again, I'm looking at these sub-dollar ones more often. And so this one had a really big pop on Friday. But gave back a good, probably half of it. Let's look at it on 15. So, I mean, yeah, you get the huge move. And then a retrace really on lower volume. So this one I'm going to watch for maybe a red to green, something like that. I'm not a huge fan of the under $1 stocks, but still worth watching. Let me zoom in to show you XGTI. We had the gap up on Thursday, and then on Friday gap down, but really it closed actually above Thursday's close on Friday. This thing still looks good to me if it can get over recent highs, which is over 205. I look to the left to see if there's any other setups and you had or any other kind of possible what I call catalysts, and that would be a break of this 209, then a break of this 213, and then maybe a move all the way up to 229. And certainly if you get above that, anything could happen. So we have our stacked catalyst scenario. So let's maybe a push through 2 on volume. You know, anything can happen, and it might give a setup where a push through 2 makes sense on Monday. Impossible for me to tell until I see it open. So I can't give you, here's the price I like it at. And really, anyone that does give you something like that without seeing how it opens the next day, I don't know. To me, it's really important to be an intraday trader and learn how to trade the open. Made all the difference in my trading. CEI, another sub-dollar one, just keeps kind of getting these big volume spikes and kind of a quiet inside day on Friday, so I still like it. APHB, volumes really died down on this thing. It's only 162,000 shares traded on Friday, but I still love this tight formation, right? So you had this big spike, and it's really still flagging. I still kind of like this, maybe over $1 on volume. And then lastly, I have TEUM. Let me pan out a little bit. Got a big spike last week. I guess this would have been Tuesday, then Wednesday, quiet Thursday. Trying to edge up again, closing higher on Friday than it did on Thursday. Let's look at it on 15, see if I can kind of figure out. Yeah, I mean, there's a really pretty trend line right here, right? If I just follow my mouse, I'm not going to draw one. So maybe up through $1.50, you might start knocking down these dominoes. And again, I love stacked catalysts. So TEUM's pretty nice setup. I'm sure we'll find some gappers to trade in the morning as well. But this is the list I'm going to start Monday with. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see everybody on Monday.